So guys, my name is Akari, and I'm a professional chef. Today we're going to be covering why I think Hytale's cooking system could be revolutionary. But, before getting into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you haven't bought Hytale, use code Akari when buying or upgrading editions. Now, back to the video. We don't know much about Hytale's cooking so far, besides the information Simon has told us on Twitter. He mentions how he wants Hytale to have cozy systems like farming, cooking, taking care of animals, and building up a little cute house. Much like Stardew Valley, meaning cooking will be very relaxing, much like the formerly mentioned game. This game also has very in-depth cooking mechanics, making it possible to make tons of foods, with pretty much any edible item in-game being able to be made into food. And I think this would be amazing for Hytale. I really hope everything is intertwined. I hope if I go kill a boss, that boss would drop a higher rarity food item, where if I go kill a moss horn, it would drop a lower quality food item. Obviously, this would also apply for crops as well. Longer to grow equals higher rarity. Seasonal crops is something I think we need in Hytale as well, to make this a truly amazing system for cooking. Another Simon tweet goes in to mention how food can be way more interesting than just used for a simple hunger system, and in the future how he wants to make it possible to mix ingredients to make unique foods. And on top of that, he wants to make activity-based meals, such as mining speed stew, and make it a quality system that's tied with bonuses. Whatever that means. He also mentions how he wants to have a food mastery system. Simon wants to make sure extra food isn't a waste in Hytale, and how it can always be used to fuel buffs. It can even be used to exchange with NPCs, and even increase your reputation with NPCs. In the 16-minute gameplay video, we got confirmed food gives you regeneration buffs. On top of the regeneration buffs, they also give you stat buffs. There's also no hunger bar, so this is much more like Terraria rather than Minecraft. I want Hytale's cooking system to be in preparation for content, rather than micromanagement and a limitation. Unlike our good friend Minecraft, where food is just a micromanagement simulator. I also think Hytale needs a tons of different dishes, something more akin to Monster Hunter. In said game, there are tons of different dishes and different items. All these dishes give you elemental defense, and stat increases depending on how big the meal is and how rare it is. And I think that would genuinely be amazing in Hytale. Maybe certain foods with void monster parts could be made into void soup, and that said soup would give you increased defense to void attacks. I think this would help a lot making food in preparation, once again, not for micromanagement. Heck, I'll do a niche 1-to-1 pool. I think Hytale should do some insane effects depending on what food you eat. Something like golden light. Maybe use some sort of meal using an ice dragon item. Then, maybe it'll give you a short period of ice overshield, or maybe an ice circle around you that damages enemies if they stand in it. One good thing that we already know about Hytale is it won't be like Minecraft. Minecraft's hunger system is only a limitation and is meant for micromanagement, which in the long term can be annoying. At the point in Minecraft where you become God and you can infinitely respawn with totems of undying, needing to eat only becomes annoying and unnecessary. I'm very happy Hytale is avoiding this bullet because it's a very big one. I think at its core, a hunger system can be fun. Valheim's hunger system is fun, making it where you can only eat 3 times per 10 minutes. Sure, it's still limiting in micromanaging, but that is more unique than what Minecraft does or any other game. 7 Days to Die isn't too special in its hunger mechanic either, it's just you eat, and it's that simple. One thing 7 Days to Die does have, which I hope Hytale has as well, is multiple cooking appliances that go on the fire. There's pots and pans that allow you to boil water and also cook things. It's not the easiest thing to do is to find a pot or pan, but when you do, you feel happy in 7 Days to Die. So I do hope Hytale does have some sort of cooking appliances. I hope in Hytale if I want to make a soup, I need a pot. If I want to make some sort of moss horn steak, I gotta use a frying pan. If I want to cook eggs, I also have to use a frying pan. If I want to make some sort of potion, I'll need a cauldron, and so on and so forth. I think this is the best way to make players use different items and not just make them stay using the one thing, aka a furnace or a campfire. This makes it where players will use more items and in the long term will be better for player retention. Heck, unrelated, but look at Terraria and all of its crafting tables. Sure, they don't make food, but to even just cut wood, you need a sawmill. To make cloth, you need a loom. To make wood decorations, you need a heavy workbench. This adds variety, which in turn makes the game more replayable in the long run. I really do hope Hytale does the same thing, but with cooking, and also with its crafting as well, because I'm a sucker for that. I like needing to improve my workbenches to make progress in game. So maybe in game, I can get an adamantite stove, which is better than a stone stove. Maybe I can get an adamantite pan, which is better than a normal pan. This would add progression to cooking, which I think progression in cooking is needed. Then, if I cook on this adamantite pan and stove, I can make even higher rarity items that were once locked behind walls before because I didn't have a high enough level stove. But since now I do, I can create them and they have better buffs than what stuff did before. Maybe we can also place down a certain type of food that buffs everything in the area, something like Valheim's Feast. This would be a great idea as well, so it incentivizes players to build a base and actually lock down instead of just exploring every zone and not building any bases at all. Once again, Hytale is an adventure game, so this would be a good workaround to make players base up somewhere because they can get the permanent buffs, and I think that's a good play. Just some truly insane stuff. So, with all this, I personally think this is what it takes for Hytale to have revolutionary cooking in game. And with Simon in charge, I think it's possible. Cooking is an important part for survival sandbox games, and even RPG games at times. And what's important is to believe in Hytale's vision and Simon's vision, and I do. I truly believe that this game will be a masterpiece when it fully releases. If you like this video, please like, and if you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, please subscribe, because Hytale release week, we're going to be going hard, and even the months after Hytale releases, we're going to be doing streams pretty much daily over here on YouTube and Twitch. So, peace out, guys. Wait, I don't have an outro. Maybe La Fish au Chocolat will work.